Why eating healthy food costs more is the wrong question to ask. I have a better one. Is the junk food cheaper? We all want to eat healthy food and save money, and you may think that these two don't go together. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever bought ultra-processed food because of the cost? What is the real cost of junk food? The answer are going to be provided in this video. You're probably going to be surprised and it may not be what you expect. Let's dive into this video and let's find out. Today, we're going to discuss 3 important facts that are going to help you decide when you are considering eating healthy and thinking that it's more expensive. These 3 facts are going to illuminate you and help you in that decision. Fact number 1, why eating ultra-processed, fast, convenient, highly palatable food is really more expensive. And you probably are saying, how come, Aymee, if we all know the low price of ultra-processed food, you probably witnessed, like I did, like buying a bottle of water is more expensive than a can of soda, and it's controversial and contradicted. We're gonna go to the bottom of it today. The fact number 2 is why eating healthy costs less. That one may surprise you, but I hope that at the end of this video, I convince you that really eating healthy is less expensive than eating ultra-processed food. And fact number 3 is sharing from my side my top tips on how to save money while you're eating healthy and enjoy life more. So that one you're gonna like a lot. Let's start with fact number 1, why eating ultra-processed food or junk food is really not cheaper at all. We know that, yes, you can go to McDonald's, Burger King, or any other fast food restaurant and you can get a burger, fries, and a can of soda for a very affordable price, and that is unbeatable. But is that price on the tag, the one that you pay at the cash register, the real cost of the food? I'm here to tell you that's not the case, because the cost of that processed food cannot be measured only at the price you pay at the cash register. It includes the cost in your health, because we all know that consuming ultra-processed food very frequently diminishes the quality of your health. You get more sick, you have to go to the doctor more, and the co-payments start adding up. Then is the prescribed medication, the procedures, and everything adds on. The days that you miss work because you are sick just because you are eating ultra-processed foods. Here, I'm already with this little information showing that $6 or $7 meal at McDonald's is not really the price. You get what you pay for. So paying for a food, what you get in terms of the results in your body, planet, the water contamination, the super antibiotic resistance strains that are developing in the hospitals, the social costs, your family, the people who work in those areas to produce that super processed food, they also pay a high price exposed to everything that is around them. So it's really not that cheap as it looks. Everything is a little bit complicated and we cannot always talk like that in general. So let's go a little bit in details about what changed during this year in the United States. So in the 1970s, the USDA, Department of Agriculture, decided to start supporting the production of food to make sure that the prices were stable and more affordable for people, and start subsidizing with a lot of money monocrops like corn, soy, canola, cotton, and many others to keep price low, but not real, because it's the damage to the planet, to the health of people, and the cost of healthcare expensive, and the healthcare system getting more and more overload by year is obvious and nobody can deny that. But nonetheless, a big agriculture business got the support, and it's something between 25 to 30 billions a year to support those crops. But those crops go partially to the food industry to produce ultra palatable processed food, and also to feed the livestock, from the salmon to the cattle, to make them grow faster, processed for meat consumption. You get a chicken in 6 weeks, it's ready to be processed. For cow, it's ready for beef in 6 months. They're giving a lot of antibiotics, hormones to make them grow faster and prevent disease because they're in crowded conditions. It's not that cheap because the price we're paying as a society, the quality of the air, the erosion of the soil, the reduction of the nutrients in the soil for over farming cotton, corn, soy, canola. It just translates that we don't have too many years of farming in the United States available, because we need to do some something. And at the personal level, I think you and me, we can decide what food to select with our dollars at the cash register and start showing that we really care about our health and that of our environment, our family, and everybody else in the planet. Part in the restaurants and supermarket, they gross over 1.5 trillion per year. Out of that, 40% is pure profit. So it's a very good business for them. And as you see, with the help of the government and the conditions they grow the animals, that's why the profit is so big. Another aspect of this ultra-processed food that is available and is consumed in the United States in higher quantities, it also comes the hair cost. The U.S. is grossing in expensive for healthcare over $4 trillion only in 2020. And 70% of those costs are associated with diseases that are food related, which means that it could be either preventable or at least managed in a better way, not only in prescribed medication and in procedures. So it's a very high price to pay for having a cheap meal at the window of McDonald's or at your supermarket. Another aspect to consider in this big conundrum of eating healthy or going for the cheapest available and more convenient food is the pharmaceutical industry, because when you get sick, you not only go to the doctor, you also have medication that are prescribed to you, and that is the place of the pharmaceutical industry. They are a big player and they make a big profit. So between big pharma and the food industry, they profit $0.1 trillion a year. It's a lot of profit for them, and it's expensive for your pocket and for the Medicare and the healthcare system. So if we keep going like that, it's unsustainable and it's going to collapse, and then it's going to be worse. So we better do something now. We all know that frequent consumption of processed food is associated with high risk for many chronic diseases, most of them preventable by other food choices, including diabetes, obesity, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, many types of cancer, Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, and the list goes on and on. So there is a lot that it could be done. But the problem with that aspect is, yes, everybody knows there is studies. There is even one from June, July that I'm going to be sharing down there. So you can read it if you want, that it says continuous consumption of processed food increases the risk for developing cancer and increases the risk of dying from all type of mortality. What it means is like not only is associated with cancer, all the causes of death. And of course, we're all going to die. It's not like for eating processed food, you will die, and eating healthy, you won't. No, it's not the case. Meaning, the real meaning is that your life expectancy is going to be decreased as a consequences of frequently eating and choosing these foods versus eating healthy. You're going to be without energy, going to the doctors, taking more than 5, even 10 medication at once to manage one symptom, then the other, and people around you suffer. You are not enjoying a life that you deserve, but there is always something that you can do, and there are always little steps that can be taken to improve the quality of your life. It's going to make you feel better, enjoy the life that you still have to live. I think you understand by now that the real price of ultra-processed food is not what is on the tag price. I think I have convinced you. If you like other comments, either in support or against what I'm saying, and invite you to comment down below, and we're going to learn together. If you like the video, you share with others, you subscribe. Also, it's going to help to spread the word and help other people. I have down there the document with all the tips and all the references for you to check all the facts that I shared with you. And thank you very much.